What's up, friends? Owen here with Laughing Dad. Today I'm going to talk to you about driving for Uber. Is it something you might be interested in to make a few extra bucks in this coming year? Is it something worth your time to consider? I've been driving for almost 10 years. I'm going to give you kind of the tips, some high-level information about it, what it's like, and then I'll show you at the end how much I made on a Thursday morning driving for about 7 hours. And you can tell me if you think it's worth it. And so let's get into it. So the thing that I love about driving for Uber is it's one of the few and only jobs that I know of where you can start and stop at any time that you want. I don't know, maybe you do. I don't know of any other job in the world where you can wake up in the middle of the night, maybe you can't sleep, and go, I'm going to grab the keys, I'm going to go work for a couple hours, and I'm going to come back and get back in bed. Or maybe you have a bill due in a few days that you weren't expecting. Well, you might be able to pull an all-nighter and get that paid off without having to go into debt. There's a couple of different reasons. I've worked for the last 9 or 10 years in this space part-time. I've never done Uber full-time, thank God. I think I would hate it if I was having to do it to rely on my income. But it's been a great little part-time gig, a part-time hustle, if you will, when maybe I don't have any other creative projects on the horizon. Maybe I don't have any editing jobs that are laying on the back burner that I can work on. It's kind of like this lower tier thing that's like, hey, if I need to go drive for a couple hours, I can do that. I am going to leave a link in the description, which is my Uber referral link. If you decide that you're going to try it out, if you do use that link, I think I'll get a little bit of money down the road. But again, I don't expect anyone to click on that. What's it like driving a stranger who you pick up randomly from their house or work or a bus stop or a bar or a restaurant and then dropping them off at some random spot? It's a little weird at first, but after you've done it literally 2 times, you'll be like, oh, this isn't that weird. And I say that with the caveat of I am a white male. I am not super concerned about the dangers of driving Uber. I personally have only had maybe in the almost 10 years of driving 2 or 3 times where I felt unsafe. Isn't even the word. I've never really felt unsafe. I've felt uneasy, or maybe a person you don't really want to be around, or just a situation you don't want to be involved in. And those are few and far between. Overall, the experience I've had with driving Uber has been positive. You meet so many different kinds of people. You meet low-income people, you meet high achievers. And another reason I love driving is because you get to kind of set the tone. So if you don't want to drive the party crowd, you just don't drive on an evening, like a Friday or Saturday evening. You can avoid kind of those times, and you kind of avoid that type of vibe. And you can also just get up early before your 9 to 5 and go drive for a couple hours and kind of make pretty good money doing that way. So as a full-time gig, I don't think Uber is the way to go, but part-time, it's been great. I love it. And so here's kind of a day in the life, driving in the car with me. I'll try to make it quick and stay tuned to the end. All right, it's 5:30 a.m. I'm going to turn on the Uber app now. We just did our first ride. It was about a 5-minute drive wherever, $5 fare. At this point in my life, I don't expect tips. People are just kind of, I hate to say it, even especially commuters, they don't tip anymore. They used to, they don't tip anymore. The only people that really do tip that I've noticed are people going on a business trip or something where they're obviously using a company card to pay for their fare. Otherwise, they don't tip. So $5 for the first fare, and then I'm heading to my second one. Quick status update. I'm about 2.5 hours into my day, and right now I'm sitting right at $59.91. I really have to pee, so I'm gonna go get a quick pee break and coffee break and get back on it. All right, so my Thursday driving is over. I started about 5:35 in the morning. I took a couple of bathroom breaks, and I did take a short, kind of off the clock break. And then I also used my Panera Sip Club membership to get a free coffee. If you don't know about the My Panera thing, it's like 12 or 13 bucks a month, and you get as many coffees as you want. I would recommend, if you do Uber or something like that, to get something like that, because then you can always stop and grab a coffee, use the restroom, grab a soda, whatever you want, without having to like add that cost to your books. But then you also have, you know that there's a clean bathroom waiting for you anytime. So that's kind of a plus as well. So I'd recommend that. So all that, about a 6-hour day driving. We did 10 trips, and the grand total breakdown was $99.45. So not quite $100. And then I will mention this, yesterday I drove as well. And I did 5 hours online, 11 trips, and I made $127. So that's kind of an idea of what you're looking at on a typical morning. These have both been weekday mornings. I think it's an awesome part-time amount of money to expect when you have a slow season, or when you aren't doing other work that you love, or if you don't have something else that you can be making more money at. If you want to see a video of me doing like an all-day gig, like 12-hour shift or all week, let me know in the comments and I will do something more intensive. But this is kind of like a typical what you can make in a morning. Is it worth it? Let me know what your thoughts are. Love you guys. We'll see you on the next one. God bless.